Hi, I'm Easy Rider, host of Toku Time. Now, I review a lot of Tokusatsu, but I rarely get to talk about what's going on in Toku today. You ever wondered if I just stopped the whole review thing for a while and talked about Toku, games, toys, or whatever's on my mind at the moment? You don't have to, so prepare yourself to hear my innermost thoughts and watch me make an ass of myself. LOL, smiley face, and all that other BS. Hey, Easy Rider, back with another Rider Ramblings for all my Toku faithful, and I gotta tell y'all something right now. Internet dating. What a waste of time. I'm not even joking here. Seriously, this is the worst thing you could do for a relationship. Now, I talk with my girl Jody all the time on here, but lately I've been getting it out of her that she's been talking to other guys besides me. And I'm thinking, what does this say about our relationship, huh? Like, I could be a pigeon, and she's got like 3 or 4 other guys talking to her at once. So it takes like 4 or 5 minutes for me to get a response out of her. I'm thinking, how many other guys is she talking to right now? This long distance relationship is killing me. Seriously. Any of you Toku fans or otaku listening out there, if you are lucky to find a local girl or a local boy in your area, hold on for dear life. Don't do the long distance relationship thing. It'll take its toll on your sanity. Yeah. I don't care if you have to exercise, lose weight, or get a male or female transplant to look more sexy, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. I'm just saying, go the extra mile. Seriously, because this ain't cutting it. But I'm willing to bet my morpher that you didn't come here for advice on love, did you? Now, of course you didn't. We got some Kamen Riders to talk about here, and mostly Kamen Rider Meteor, who's made his glorious debut on Kamen Rider Fourze. So I thought I'd take some time to talk about Kamen Riders in general, namely secondary Kamen Riders, the ones that always appear, about 10, 15 episodes into the series. You know, it varies. And it's not just always one of them either. Well, in this day and age, you usually only get 2 for the price of 1 show, which I think is a bunch of bull dookie. But anyway, let's go down the list here. I think I'm going to start off first with the supportive Kamen Riders. Riders like these are very, very rare to come by this day and age. Here are riders that will back up the lead rider no matter what happens. They're the kind that are like best friends through all the bad times and the good times, and I always find that kind of endearing. Like I said, you don't see that kind anymore very much. But they're not always your best friends. Sometimes they're just loco in the cabeza. That's where we come to the batshit crazy riders. These are the kind that just don't give a dang. These are the kind of guys who'd kill their own mother to get what they want. Now, these riders could either be normal people who are traumatized by losing too many battles, or they could just be crazy psychopathic killers who just escaped from jail. But either way, don't expect much mercy from them because they usually shoot, or in most cases, kick to kill you. So that leads to the third type of secondary rider, the corporate business type, the ones built by a corporation. Now, these are an interesting lot of Kamen Riders. Basically, these man-made corporation riders are basically set out to prove that anything that a rider with magical powers can do, they can do better with machinery. Built by a guy who has infinite resources and infinite riches for some reason, but he built it all by himself. So basically, he has something to prove. So it all comes down to a measuring contest, basically, to see who's got the bigger package. But if you've watched enough Kamen Rider as I have, you know they end up working together in the series anyway, so who gives a crap? And last but not least, we come down to the vengeance-driven riders, where it's all about revenge and nothing will get in their way. I hate these types. We've seen this before, time and time again. A certain monster of some caliber hurts someone they love or care about, and said person becomes a rider all to get revenge. The revenge thing is played out, it's cliche, but for some reason it works for these riders. Not my personal choice for a secondary rider to fight evil with, but I know some people do like the revenge thing, so who am I to say they're wrong? Anyway, next up we've got Kamen Rider Fourze, episode 17, the debut of Kamen Rider Meteor. And by debut I mean the first Henshin and fight of Kamen Rider Meteor. Now some people say, oh, he made his debut in episode 16 with the whole thing. Now, the reason I say first Henshin and fight is because if you poke around YouTube for a while without Toei being all, well, taking down the videos, usually you'd find Kamen Rider insert name here, Henshin debut battle and fight. So that's kind of the etiquette for a secondary rider. They have to put the belt on, transform, and then fight to make a good video. Not my rule, I'm just enforcing it. But anyway, before we start there, he's starting to look for the Aries horoscopes. Not the Virgo, not the Libra, not the Scorpio, but the Aries horoscopes. As I've heard a friend of his, and he's on the prowl looking for those zodiacs to lead him to the horoscopes. Helping Fourze. Well, I shouldn't say helping, he's more like hurting Fourze, but you'll see at the end of that episode. Basically, he's, well, not a team player, but I'll let you see it for yourself. But before we do, let me just go through the Henshin roundup. This is my personal parody / homage to Joe Bob Briggs' drive-in totals. You can call me a ripoff if you want. Comments are down below. But anyway, we've got 3 monster attacks, 12 Astro Switch clicks, 5 transformations, 1 fist bump, stumbling Kramer-style entrance, vaudeville plate spinning, gratuitous talking to high school groups, gratuitous zero-gravity scenes, gratuitous teeth clicking, floating robot mentor, kung fu, rocket drill fu, meteor fu, planet fist fu, and my own personal favorite, satellite fu. I'd give it a B-, check it out. Come back after the first break and I'll be right here with you to talk about what just happened. Roll the episode. Kamen Rider Fourze and sidekick computer nerd buddy Kengo. I wonder how many times he's got to clean all those computers in the rabbit hutch in the Kamen Rider Club to keep it fresh and clean and ready for battle. I don't know. He's got to get a little Q-tip and or a toothbrush. I know I need to clean this thing, especially this screen. With all that dust piling up. Man, these things are like cars. They break down on you once and you're screwed. I need a cleansing wipe. Can you believe that? Can you believe they show off this kick-ass new rider and right in the middle of the fight they cut to commercial? My God, Toy! Are you that desperate to sell your own toys that you gotta interrupt the one giant toy commercial to sell said toys? Good God! Man, seriously. I mean, they take these kids out of college and they don't know jack about editing. I mean, you got this great writer who shows up and say, oh, we should put it here, you know, let the suspense build up. Is he gonna win? Is he gonna lose? Well, of course he's gonna win! Seriously, you could have put this up during the more suspenseful event, like when the student revealed he was the Lynx Zodiac, the giant kitty. Seriously, who does that? That's stupid. My God, they've been doing that a lot recently on Gokaiger and all the other toy shows. They interrupt right in the middle of a fight. You don't do that. That'd be like putting a commercial right in the middle of the big fight at the end of Big Trouble in Little China, or the last fight in Best of the Best. You don't do it. Jesus. Well, anyway, let's get back to Kamen Rider Fourze and see if Kamen Rider Meteor can defeat the evil Lynx Zodiac, or will he get away? Roll it. Lynx Zodiac. Sounds like an Atari system is attacking the school. Man, I'm corny. And there you have it, the climactic ending to Kamen Rider Fourze, episode 17, where Meteor's all gung-ho, I don't give a damn about your friends crap, basically. Now, some people will find that cool, but Fourze's like, what's the matter, man? I thought I want to be your friend. We should be fighting together. So they gotta drag this crap out for another 15, 20 episodes. I give it that much before they start fist bumping as all the kiddies do today. I don't really get it, but whatever. You know, it's standard. But I think Meteor falls into the vengeance kind of rider. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. You think I'm wrong? Well, you're free to comment and speak your mind. It's a free country, or it used to be. Speaking of which, it's the end of the show, well, almost the end, and it's time for Easy's Wisdom to the Helpless. And with that, I've got your comments and your fan mail. I'm about to read those right now. Start off with, a favorite on the show, a regular, if you will, Danny Boy Toys. How you doing? It's too easy. Well, guess it's a good thing I showed you that trailer, huh? Yes, and he showed me the Superhero Tyson trailer I featured on the last episode. Thank you very much. I give credit where it's due. Anyway, hope to see you at Shades and TJ Omega and the rest of the team at ShadowCon in November. I'll be trying my damnedest to get down to Florida in November, so look for me there. I won't be at MetroCon because I'll be at my local con, Animazement. That's good. That's good. Now this is advice to everyone watching. Support your local conventions where and when you can. Tell them there are Toku fans out there, and we will be heard. You're doing a good job. Let's see. With that in mind, have you tried to cosplay as an anime or Toku character for a con or for Halloween? Thanks, and remember, buddy, stay off the guy in memory as he sits at the door to wait for Astro Switches. If that's not the pot calling the kettle black, I don't know what is. But to answer your question, Daniel Son, yes, I have cosplayed a couple times for Halloween. I haven't really got up the testicular fortitude to do it at conventions, but you never know, that might change. But anyway, I went as a very, very crappy looking Wolfwood from Trigun, if we can get that on screen. Ah, there it is. Yeah. I even made a revolver out of Legos. I had issues, and this was in college, so take that what you will. I also went as, well, not an anime or Toku character, but I went as a couple video game characters. I went as Leon from Resident Evil 4, there I am. And again as Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah, I like the game. I don't care what your problem is with it. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what character I look like the most. I'm still working on my cosplay clip of Sakurai Yuto. I haven't gotten around to modding my Zeronos belt yet, but I'm working on it. Next question, or next comment, I should say, from Zeltrax Millennium. How are you doing, Zeltrax? Nice first episode, Easy. He's, of course, talking about this show. I'm writing in or working on my Super Mario Bros. Z review that I have a huge respect for you and the Shades. Thank you very much. Reviewing a series is tough, that it is. Yeah, I'm reviewing Super Mario Bros. Z in full as a treat for Reviewtopia. I finished commenting on episodes 4, and I still have 5, 6, 7, 8 to work on. Bravo, sir. He asked, have you seen Super Mario Bros. Z? If not, please do so. It's really good. And as a matter of fact, I saw your review very recently, I might add, and I'm really getting into it now, so your review worked on one person, and you can go home happy knowing you've changed one person's mind. But it is very good, and you should check out his review on the Reviewtopia community section. Just look for Zeltrax Millennium, you'll find it. Anyway, moving on. Hidden Lightning Ginnin, I should say. Very nice name, by the way. Very cool username. It's nice to see you doing something other than reviewing. I think so, too. It's good to see you liking Fourze for once. The show had me hooked at the elect states. I agree. Speaking of rider forms, what is your favorite form from the past 3 riders? I'd also find it interesting to see you and TJ Omega review a Toku together. Maybe the Double or O's movie. Last 2 things. I hope you do a review of more Power Rangers. I'm trying to pick a con to go to, either Power Morphicon, MetroCon, or one other con. Any advice? Well, okay, to answer the first question, I believe is the forms. Past 3 rider forms, I'm really liking the Fire State from Fourze. That's probably my favorite of all right now because it just looks so awesome. It's kind of like the old rescue outfits from the Metal Hero days, like Wind Spectre and guys like that. It's kind of a Rescue Force if you've seen that one. Kind of an homage to those kinds of heroes. From W, probably Luna Trigger is probably my favorite W form. I don't know why, it just looks awesome. Actually, any of the Trigger ones are just awesome because, well, you've watched 5 minutes of my show, you know I love guns, so it's pretty awesome to see that trigger magnum working for W. And for O's, I didn't skip the O's, definitely hands down my favorite form is the Tajador. If I'm pronouncing that right, I can't talk again. But that's my favorite, it just looks badass. I don't know what it is, it's just, I don't know if it's the wings, or it's all red, or it's just a kick-ass, or maybe it's that big-ass gauntlet he's got on his arm. But either way, that's a pretty awesome form, and I like that one more than his purple one, the Toronto, however the hell you pronounce it. I thought that form was kind of dumb. But, hope that answers your first question. As for the other ones, me and TJ Omega reviewing a Toku series. Now, I would personally love to. That is probably entirely up to TJ Omega. He's a busy person, as am I, so I don't know. We were both looking for copies of an old Saban series to try and review together, Mystic Knights of Tirnano, but those have been kind of hard to come by. Even the first episode I found has gone missing, thanks to the Mega Upload situation. I actually found a link to one, but it's gone bye-bye now, so I don't know what to tell you guys. It may never be recovered. But anyway, to answer the final question, I am going to Power Morphicon, if you didn't know already. If you want to see me there, or if you want to see multiple reviewers like TJ Omega and the Shades, my good buddy the Shades, go to MetroCon. Or you can hold out till November, and you can see all three of us, maybe, at ShadowCon. But I will definitely try and be getting to ShadowCon. Either one of those three, you're getting bang for your buck. But I'd say go to the closest one. If you really want to choose, you know, take your budget into account, because these cons aren't cheap. They're a drain on money. This is why I go around cons on my birthday or a holiday, so it counts as a gift. So you kind of work around the system that way. Anyway, moving on. Last comment from Kim and Ron Forever 100. Anyway, moving on. Like I asked you on Facebook, I was thinking, could you do a list of the best supporting characters in Power Rangers, like Bulk and Skull, Zordon, Dr. K, etc., etc. Give those characters their due for all they do, big or small. Yes, actually, I've been wanting to do something like that, but the way you say it here, Bulk and Skull aside, you make it sound like more of a list of mentors, Zordon and Dr. K. That might be a little easier to do, but I don't forget the little people, and I know Bulk and Skull had a big part to play in Power Rangers mythos, and, well, I feel that they get their due in the end. If you saw the end of Space, Countdown to Destruction, they pretty much kicked ass. But they've had their other parts, but who knows, I might do something. I might spread it around a little. I might have to make mentors exempt from that list, but who knows? Do something. But I'm getting a lot more requests for Power Rangers, so we'll see where that goes. Hopefully, I'll have something in store to show you guys who make it to Power Morphicon, something you and you alone can see there exclusively. But we'll burn that bridge when we get there. But if you have any more comments or questions to me, if you want to ask me the meaning of life, or you just want to talk Toku, well, just email me at easytokuwriter@gmail.com, or just leave a comment below, and I will get to it in time. And I'm going to call it for the night for this edition of Rider Ramblings. I'm going to get back on this piece of crap and beg my girl to talk to me, if she will. Probably takes 10 to 15 minutes to get a gall-darn response, but I'm probably the only guy in the world who has this problem. The rest of you guys are probably married, you handsome devils. Well, this is Easy Rider reminding you that power corrupts, but absolute power is kind of awesome if you can get your hands on it. That end with the usual joke. Two bronies are building a house, a dream house, if you will, whatever. Anyway, one of them is nailing up siding, and the second one is cutting lumber. Now, if the second brony looks over his shoulder to see the other brony is nailing him into the house, usually he'll pull a nail out of his pouch. Sometimes he'll nail it in, sometimes he'll throw it away. So the second brony comes over and asks the first brony, "What are you doing throwing those nails away?" Well, the first brony answers, Well, if the nail's pointing at the house, it goes in the house. But if it's pointing at me, I throw it away. It's defective. And the second brony goes, you idiot, those nails aren't defective. Those nails are for the other side of the house. Oh, they're going to kill me for that one. This is Easy Rider reminding you that the fan sub will never die. Take care. My boss is going to hate that one when he hears it.